Hello and welcome back to the Spotlight. As promised, we've got some crew members of Moving Pictures, local film company right here from Warren. And introduce yourselves. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Great.
Doing
We
good.
have, Darius.
Yes.
And what is your role during Moving Pictures?
I'm the executive producer of the filmmaking ministry out of our church, and this is my daughter Ariel.
Hi.
Hello, and you are one of the actresses in the movie, correct?
Yes, I'm the main character, Priscilla.
And how's that going for you?
It's a lot of work, actually. It's a very humbling experience, and I thought it wouldn't be like such a big deal since it's not a Hollywood picture, but it's been fun. It's been great.
That's great. And tell me a little bit about the movie and kind of, you wrote the movie, correct? You and your nephew?
That's right. My nephew, my older brother, and I wrote this. It's called God Don't Let Him Come to Camp. It's a mockumentary, so we shoot it in the same fashion of maybe like The Office or Parks and Recreation. Okay. And it's the story of a documentary maker on a journey to discover the truth, but really she does discover the truth even though she feels that she's trying to expose Christianity for all of its wrongdoings.
Okay.
And that it's actually the biblical story of Jonah couched in a modern tell.
Okay, and tell me, when you were trying to, I guess, modernize the story, you know, you had to have some type of conflict in doing so. What were some of the conflicts that you had while writing the movie?
Well, in writing it, the number one thing is, of course, we have zero budget. That's the biggest conflict.
Right.
And the other budget is, since you have zero budget, you're working with all volunteers. And the other conflict is that my brother and his family live in New Mexico, and we live in Michigan.
Right.
And my church also had never done anything like this before, so they weren't so sure that this is a good idea.
Right, so you're just winging it, going with it. But this isn't your first film, right? You've done another, the title's
Sweet Gherkins.
I was gonna say, I knew it had something to do with gherkins.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mess it up.
Yeah, it's a chick flick satire, and that was finished in 2010.
Okay.
And again, these are independent films that people say, "Well, I never heard of that." There's a ton of films out there that no one has heard of because we're infancy stage, but there is a foundation called the Dove Foundation.
Okay.
That they rate films, and a watchdog agency, and they gave it a 4-star rating.
That's awesome. That's excellent. Very good. Now with this this movie that you guys are producing right now, obviously you can't just pick up a camera and say, okay, let's go to the park and we're going to shoot. You have to get permission and everything. How has that been for you through the city of Warren?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. You know, the staff at the film office in Warren has been excellent. Really, to be honest, they've walked us through step to step. And because, and I was telling the director that, speaking to Lark Simoleon, that the limited economic impact for Warren was that we had people coming from Mississippi, coming from New Mexico, coming from other states that are going to eat in restaurants here and stay in hotels and things like that. And so I love the city myself and want to see those things, prosper and thrive. So my daughter coming in from out of town to be a part of the project, all of those little things that we do our little part to see that. So the film office has been phenomenal.
That's great. And what are some of the locations that you guys have been filming at since you've been here in Warren?
Well, when the project comes out, they'll see that you yourself were on staff, and one of a cameraman for a local TV station.
That's right.
So we shot at Trombley Park, and we shot over off of 11 Mile Road, and we shot in front of City Hall. Again, the documentary takes place of this fictitious evangelist named L.W. Mammon, and he resides in the city of Warren.
Okay. And like you said, we're looking at some of the footage that we were able to get. That's our coworker Joanne there playing a small role unexpectedly. Like you said, anything can happen on a small budget, no budget indie type film like this.
Right.
Now, how have the Governor Snyder's incentives and everything that's going on with that, has that really affected in any way, or do you still see a lot of the smaller markets still in Michigan?
Well, I think we're just a mouse that roared kind of people, and these things don't direct us affect us directly, but certainly, I mean, we got to be pro state incentive. We got to continue to do everything we can to attract dollars into our city, and if there's a good story to be told, then it's worth the investment. So even though that doesn't affect us directly, we're certainly in support of getting all the funding that's available to make money doing film in Michigan.
Exactly. And he had mentioned that you had been recently from out of town. Where are you from?
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. Very nice. So did the movie bring you back?
I came back to visit my family, but yes, I.
But the movie helped.
Yes, it did.
They said, "Hey, by the way, we're doing a movie."
Yes, I purposely took 3 weeks so I would have
That's
family
nice.
time and then movie making time.
That's very nice,
So-
and the movie's been going good. And you said you were the lead role.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the character you're playing, without giving away too much of the plot? Obviously.
That's okay.
Okay, this is my first time talking about a movie. So, well, Priscilla is a undercover, not reporter, but what would be the word?
An investigative
Yeah,
reporter,
yeah.
documentary maker.
And so she's basically acting nice to all the people and really getting and acting like she's one of them. And then, like he said, at the end, she discovers that these people are only just as confused as she is on life, and she finds the truth, which is Jesus. And so she's.
All right, so a little bit of conflict, people
Yeah.
are confused, and at the end, maybe everything comes together, maybe it doesn't. I guess you guys are going to have to wait for it to come out and check it out yourselves. When are you expecting completion of the project?
Well, we'll finish shooting tomorrow, which is of course ridiculous to shoot a feature-length picture in a week.
Okay.
Then it'll go to editing, and then we'll start trying to market around spring, and we hope for a summer release, 2012.
Well, that's great. Now, if anybody wanted to perhaps help out in any way or maybe be in your next project, what's a good way to get a hold of you?
Sure, you can find us, you can like us as a friend, Moving Pictures on Facebook,
Okay.
or you can look on our website, www.goddon'tletHimComeToCamp.info for more information.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys both for being on the show. Good luck in production and post-production. I know everything is going pretty quickly, and I know you actually had to take time out literally 10 minutes ago just to come on the show. We really appreciate you guys coming out, and good luck with everything.
Well, thanks for your time
Yes,
promoting
thank
it. Thanks
you.
for being a part of the project.
Yep, no problem. And more Spotlight coming right up. Becca's giving us the word and a special musical performance. Stick around. You're not going to want to miss it.